I was gonna make a coffee. Hold on. As if I've run out of coffee. I'm so sad about this. I was gonna make a cute little iced coffee, and then I have these cute ice cubes that are in the shape of cats. Cat ice cubes. But no, it's fine. We will have to go without the coffee. So this video may be all over the place now because my brain is starved of caffeine. But it's fine, we shall live. So I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine in the cinema last night. So of course, had to make a video on it to discuss the thoughts. So if you guys didn't know, like I didn't, but thank God Ryan Reynolds told us in the literal movie, because I was like, wait, how is he in the Marvel like MCU? Because, you know, he just wasn't. So he explains in the film that Disney bought over 20th Century Fox, which I did not know because Disney owns literally everything now, so shouldn't be surprised. So Disney owns 20th Century Fox, which means now they own Deadpool, which is why he is now creeped into the MCU. So thank you to Ryan Reynolds for the clarification because I was confused. And of course, before I start off, this video is going to contain spoilers because how else are you supposed to talk about film, you know? I just don't do spoiler-free things. I just talk too much for that. So this video will contain spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie and you want to go see it, then come back, okay? Hello, did you go? Are you still there? You better have left. But that was slightly creepy. But anyways, so basically we begin our story with a banging opening. Like the songs are banging. We've got, I don't know, we're gonna switch between Ryan Reynolds, Wade, which is the character's name in the film, and Deadpool. Okay, so it may be one of the three. So we've got Wade dancing, doing a little dance, but first he's digging up a grave. It was a good opening. He is digging up Wolverine's grave and then finds his literal dead ass corpse, which is made of like metal, by the way. Didn't think of that. Metal skeleton or it's not fucking vibranium. Oh my God. What is his claws made out of? What is he made out of? Someone let me know. Can't remember. Metal, claws, bones, whatever. Everything. He is made of bones. So him and dead Wolverine are just chilling together. And then the TVA, so if you haven't watched Loki, the series, you will have no idea what the TVA is. So like you kind of have to watch that first, even though I've not finished the second season yet, so I don't know what happened. So thank God there wasn't really any spoilers for that in there. But yeah, basically if you don't know what the TVA is, it's like the Time Variance Authority. And there's like a sacred timeline, or there was, I literally have no idea. There's a bunch of timelines and there's like different universes. So like there's different Deadpools, there's different Captain Americas, there's different Lokis. They're all cutting about in different universes where different things happen. Okay, brief summary. But anyway, the TVA come for him and he starts like dancing to like a tune. I don't know which tune, but it was a tune. He starts dancing to that and then starts like desecrating or deconstructing both Logan's corpse, who is Wolverine, by the way, takes his like metal bones and starts like chopping people up, smacking people, killing people. Their blood is flying everywhere. Their heads are caved in. It's all very random. So thankfully, we get a little flashback as to why the hell Deadpool is bazooking people with Logan's bones. Okay, so we get a little flashback, a little rundown of Wade's life since the last film, I guess. So he tried to audition or like he had an interview with Happy Hogan from Iron Man. He had an interview with him to try like get into the Avengers because he needs it, and he was rejected because of that, with Happy telling him like, look, you need to, or like, look, the Avengers do the job because other people need it, not because they need it. And the reason Wade was needing it is because he feel like he doesn't matter. So we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, he then becomes a cars salesman person that works at like a car garage or like a sales, you know what I mean? I don't know what they're called, but car sales place. So he is having a monotonous time. He is not enjoying life. Okay, so then the TVA like comes for him, snatches him out of his like birthday party, and they take him to the TVA where Mr. Darcy. I'm sorry if you have watched the Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley. They all say like Mr. Darcy, but her mother says like Mr. Bingley, and it's the most funniest thing you'll ever hear in your life. But anyway, we're getting distracted. I'm getting distracted by Mr. Darcy. But anyway, I might just be like Mr. Darcy, because that's just how they all say his name, like Mr. Darcy, Mr. Darcy, Mr. Darcy. But it's freaking Mr. Darcy. That's what he's gonna be called through this video, because I don't know his name. Wait, it's like Paradox came to me. So his name is Paradox in the film, but I don't care, he's Mr. Darcy. But Mr. Darcy tells Deadpool that his universe is a way to die, and Mr. Darcy wants Deadpool to like come out of that universe and like go into other universes to like save the day, have a purpose, matter, etc. like Thor and all the other Avengers. He's presented with this opportunity, and the reason his universe is dying apparently is because its anchor being, which is like a being or a person with like such purpose that, or like such a great impact, has died. And the anchor being for Wade's / Deadpool's world is Logan, aka Wolverine. So spoilers, if you haven't seen Logan, he dies, he's dead. Guess you guessed that from the start where he's flinging the bones everywhere. So yeah, he dead. R.I.P. And obviously Wade is not cool with all his friends and his ex-girlfriend like dying and his whole universe dying. So he like punches Mr. Darcy in the face. Yes, king. Per Mr. Darcy, but anyway, he punches him in the face and steals their little like time jumper thing, which means you can go through these like orange doors, basically, which takes you to like different periods in time, different universes. So he goes to Logan's grave, sees he's dead, starts fighting off the TVA people. Then he jumps through other doors. So there's this whole like montage of him going through different doors, and there's like a gazillion different Logans. There's like a small Logan, a weird gangster Logan. There's a freaking Henry Cavil Logan. Like, it's a Logan, but played by Henry Cavil. Because I was like, there was this like huge shot of like massive muscles, and I was like I know Hugh Jackman is like ripped. He has massive muscles, but like I was like, whoa, those are so big. And then it turns around and it's freaking Henry Cavil. And there was like a whole like meme like, oh dude, you need to join us or something. So hopefully Henry Cavill gets a role, because I'm sorry, they all do him so dirty. He's amazing. We love him. So come on, Henry, get in the MCU as a cool person, not like a shit person, you know. But anyway, he finds finally this other Logan who is in a bar. He's all like depresso, and like everyone freaking hates him. So we go with him. So Wade grabs him and takes him back to the TVA, where Mr. Darcy prunes them, which if you haven't seen Loki, it's basically like there's a pruning stick and you like poke people and they go zzz, and then they like disappear into the trash. So yeah, they end up in the trash, which is called the Void, which is where all the pruned people have gone. And then Deadpool and Wolverine get into like a fight. I can't remember what it's about, but they get into a fight. And also I'm gonna take a little side note to say that I enjoyed the way that they set up each character's internal conflict. I thought it was well done. I really like to establish that early on to see why like what's happening like matters to them. So obviously, as I described before, Wade's or Deadpool's is that he feels like he doesn't matter. He obviously failed to get into the Avengers. He feels like his life is meaningless. He feels like he isn't really doing anything that matters. He's like stuck in a rut, and he really wants to be able to make a difference in the world, and he's just not having that opportunity, so it just feels like wasted, and that he doesn't matter, or he doesn't do anything that matters. And then on the other hand, we have Logan, or this version of Logan, new Logan, who wants to be able to fix his planet and be a hero, or just like make up for the bad he's done, because in his world he wasn't a hero, and instead when all the X-Men, like the humans, came for the X-Men in his world, who were like his friends and everything, and he was at a bar wasted, so when he came back all his friends had been like murdered or were being murdered, but he couldn't save them because he'd just been getting pissed at a bar, which I find is weird though, because they like make him like still like a heavy drinker. Like he literally drinks straight rubbing alcohol at some point. So they make him like a heavy drinker, but like you drinking prevented you from saving their lives, which you would have been able to do, but instead you were wasted. So then his like solution to getting over that is to then still be wasted. Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, wouldn't you just like never touch that stuff again in your life? I don't know. But anyway, he's looking to prove himself and save a world, save his world, which Deadpool says like, yeah, we'll, like the TVA, they'll definitely be able to like fix your world, blah, 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 whatever. So they, after they finish having this fight in the void, which by the way, the landscape is freaking desert. Oh, we'll get into that later, hate it. But then there's this random figure like there beside them. And can you guess who it is? Because I was literally like, who is this? Like they were cloaked, like in everything. Like you couldn't see them. And I was like, who the hell is this? It was freaking Chris Evans, Mr. Captain America himself, but not Captain America here, because instead he was Johnny Stone, who, if you've seen the original Fantastic Four, Chris Evans plays Johnny Stone, who is the like pyro. He can like set himself on fire, like he's a big fireball, and like can like shoot fire at people. So that was him, and I was like, oh my god, did they buy the rights to that as well? Like, must have. I don't even know whose film that was produced under, but so freaking Chris Evans is back. But anyways, after that awesomeness, they all get captured and taken to her lair. She's just referred to as her, to create the suspense, you know. And who does her turn out to be? Freaking Charles Xavier's twin sister. And do you know how she's his twin? Because she's also bald. I mean, if you have one bald twin, then the other one must also be bald as well. So yeah, and we get to see that she is an evil lady, because Deadpool like starts running his mouth as per usual, like, oh, like Chris Evans was saying that you were like an absolute raging bitch, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then Chris Evans is like, no, I didn't say that, no. And then she goes like, whoo, and like soaks all the freaking skin off his body. Like all that's left is like a skeleton, and then it like crumples to the ground, because literally all the skin and organs or whatever is like soaked. And I was like, oh my god. Like, wasn't expecting that. But I mean, his cameo was amazing and we were here for it, so it's fine. And then, oh, also, she has this weird power, so like, I haven't seen X-Men in a long time, but basically Charles Xavier can like see into your mind or control your mind or something, or like break your mind with a thought or something, I don't know. But she literally has to like put her whole ass hand in your face. Like, the CGI is creepy. Like, imagine this, but like, I can't do it. But like, imagine like, this is her hand through your freaking face, and she's like in your brain. Ooh, disgusting. It's really creepy. Woo! So yeah, I don't really know the point in her, but anyway. So they managed to escape from her. Ooh. And also, she, like Wolverine and Deadpool, like, you can shoot her like a gazillion times, or stab her, or like rip her freaking face off and she'll come back. So she also like can't be killed easily. So little side note, but anyway, as I was saying, they escape from her when Eliath, who's this weird cloud of smoke, who I don't know is supposed to resemble like a dragon or something, but cloud of smoke eats people. But he comes and they escape on this flying machine thing. Once they crash land into a random cliff top, whatever, they run into another Deadpool who is called Nicepool, and it's freaking Ryan Reynolds with like long flowing hair down to here, and he's supposed to be like all handsome and like, oh my god, hey guys. And he has a little dog, which is like this scrawny little dog with like its tongue that comes out to here, like, oh, woo, bit creepy, but cute, has big eyes, it's kind of cute. So he lends Logan and Wade his Honda Odyssey, and like, I assume this is like a promo to see like how beaten up this car can get and like still keep going, because you know, like Hondas are supposed to be like super reliable. They're very specific. Yeah, Honda Odyssey. They take his Honda Odyssey. I don't know how the Honda Odyssey got there. Did someone be like, oh, this car's horrible, prune it, and then it ended up there? I don't know. But anyway, those two fight as per usual. Like, why they keep fighting about, they just keep like stabbing each other like over and over again for literally no reason, and it's just like, oh my god, I literally don't care. Can you stop? Gets boring after like 5 minutes. So anyway, they are in the car, and after they're fighting, they're all like knocked out, and then they get taken to this cave where they freaking meet Jennifer Garner from freaking 13 going on 30, who's supposed to be like Elektra or something. I don't know, I didn't see no Electrum powers from her, so fuck knows. Then we have Blade, don't know him. Then we have freaking Channing Tatum. Like, what is going on? What is this cast? It's hilarious. I love Channing Tatum though, so. And he has this god-awful freaking character design. I don't know who designed him. He has this stupid weird helmet which makes his face look like squished, and his just clothes are weird. Oh, and his accent is like, I know it's supposed to be funny because it's supposed to be like unintelligible. Like he's like, yeah, bruh. Like, don't know what accent they were going for there, but it's like kind of funny, but just I'm like, what the hell are you actually saying? So he's there, but I do like he's like got a little card trick going on, so he like throws cards at people and like slices their face off, which is cool. So we like him. And then, oh, it was cute, there's X23 or whatever the hell her name is, the little cute girl from Logan who he saves and like dies for, and she's like a little Wolverine, which I forgot. She's has the claws as well, so oh, it's so cute. But yeah, just so freaking random. And like, also we meet these people for like 5 minutes and I don't care about them at all. Why did they get introduced? So pointless. So we meet them because they're like the rebels, literally for 5 minutes, not even joking. I would love to see, actually no, there's a really long action sequence, so it's probably more like 10 minutes because that shit dragged on. But anyway, they end up going back to freaking Charles Xavier's sister. I think she's called like Nova or something. Yeah, we're gonna call her Nova. Actually, so they go back, no, we're just gonna call her Charles Xavier's sister. I can't. So they go back to Charles Xavier's sister's place. Yeah, say that fast. Woo! Where, like I said, there's another boring action sequence, which I will discuss later in this video because and they like trap her and like put this helmet on her which like numbs her power, and then they want to like get home but they have to take off the helmet. Then some random person tries to come and kill her, so they have to take off the helmet so she can save herself and regenerate or whatever. Anyways, so she's like, okay, you saved me. She whaps out Doctor Strange's like little thing that goes like this, and he's like draws the portals, you know, like whew. Portal opens, sparkly orange thing. They like run for the portal because that freaking cloud monster man, Eliath, is coming back. So like jumping slow motion over to the portal, whoa. And then all the weird characters that we met for 5 freaking minutes are down there. And like, oh, what was the freaking point of them? So annoying. Anyway, so they get back to Deadpool's like universe, but freaking Charles Xavier's sister follows them through. Then she finds Mr. Darcy and like makes him take her to this like time ripper machine which like eats up universes. So she just wants to like kill all the other universes so everyone comes to the void and she can like rule over them basically. And Logan and Wade go to stop her, but then out of this portal comes like 100 Deadpools, and one of them is like a female Deadpool. She's got like hair like coming like like this. She's like, woohoo! it's blonde. So she's supposed to be Blake Lively, which is Ryan Reynolds' wife. She has blonde hair, so that's supposed to be her. And also, I don't know if it was actually her voice voicing it, because you never saw her face because she had a mask on. So was it her? That's my question. And then there was also a kid, Deadpool, and I'm like, is that his son? I don't know. So, or their daughter. I don't know, like, what kind of children do they have? So, who knows? And then there was just like a gazillion other Deadpools. And then they start fighting them for Lord knows what freaking reason. I don't know. But the fight goes on for freaking ages. Oh, and Nicepool dies. Ryan Reynolds uses him as like a human shield because he wants the scrawny dog for himself. So, bye-bye. R.I.P. Oh, and then Peter, like, who the frick is freaking Peter? Ugh, the only Peter I care about is Peter Parker. And ain't him. So, random Peter with a mustache who also works in the car sales garage. Whoa, that is not how we say it here in the UK. Garage. Car sales garage. He comes and saves the day, and they all stop fighting because they all have a Peter apparently, and they all love Peter. It's weird, but okay. And then, oh wait. See, this is why I needed the coffee. Anyways, so Logan and Wade go to stop evil lady, sister person. And so they rush into the TVA because that's where the machine is. And they see Mr. Darcy, who tells them like, oh, whoever goes in and like stops or like grabs the stuff will die. It's like antimatter and matter, or whichever way around, and you have to like grab both, and then it like explodes the machine. So whoever goes in there is going to die. And this is where we get the emotion, and it's my favorite part. So obviously Logan volunteers to go in. Makes the most sense because this isn't even his world, and his world back there doesn't like him, so he might as well save Deadpool's world because he obviously wants to be the hero that he didn't get to be in his own world. So, and also he has like no one, whereas Deadpool has like a bunch of like family, friends, etc. And then Logan has no one, so he's like, no, like I'm going in. And then Deadpool's like, okay. And then at the last second, it's like, pajam, hits him over the head, and like Deadpool runs into the room instead and like shuts the door behind him because obviously he freaking wants to save the day as well, because his internal struggle is that he feels like he doesn't matter and he like needs to prove himself and do something that matters, you know? So they're both freaking needing to save the world. So Deadpool goes in and he's like grabs the freaking like antimatter, like this, and then he has to like reach like this to like grab the other side, and Logan on the other hand is like bashing on the freaking glass like this and he's like slamming on the glass with his claws, and I was like, seriously, y'all have been breaking like cars, like flying off buildings, punching things, and you know, that kind of stuff, punching things, and you are telling me that you can't freaking break through a tiny piece of glass or a tiny metal door? Like you can see the dents like going in the door, and like how have you been kicking ass and punching through shit this whole time, but you can't break through a tiny piece of glass or a metal door? Seems kind of weird to me. Like very convenient timing, you know what I mean? So there's this like timer on the screen, and Mr. Darcy is like, oh, they're not gonna make it. It's like 2-1 before fucking evil lady like destroys all the universes and timelines. And then at the last second, so like Deadpool's hand is like reaching towards it, and last second freaking Logan like grabs his hand like this and grabs the other like matter or whatever. So they're standing like hands holding like this with their other hands like on the grabbing the friggin' stuff. So I was like, yes, I freaking love teamwork moments like that. It's like in Guardians of the Galaxy where they all touch the orb and like it goes zoop, 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 and that sucks the power into them all. Love that. Friendship at its key. So they're like getting freaking electrocuted inside, and it's awesome. Like, I'm sorry, Hugh Jackman's acting is like always top tier. He is freaking amazing. Like you feel like, even though he had this weird costume on, it looks like a freaking bumblebee, but anyway, apparently that's what it is in the comics, so we move. But he has this like mask on that covers the top of his face, but like I can see from that jaw and his muscles, like, oh, by the way, his shirt ripped off and he has a six-pack. Just a note. Anyways, just saying. Call me. And they were just like, he's like, and you can like see, ooh, that he is like struggling. And obviously Deadpool has a mask on, so it kind of just looks like he's standing there like literally doing nothing, and Hugh Jackman's doing like all the freaking work. But anyways, the thing like explodes and the evil lady gets stopped, and it is a good time. And then Mr. Darcy is walking through the wreckage, and he's like, oh my god, they've been like atomized. But like Loki, he doesn't care because he freaking hates them because he's like evil. And he's like to the lady from Loki, I can't remember her name, B15 or B5 or something, I don't know, whatever her name is, you know her. He's like, oh my god, they saved themselves, they like sacrificed themselves, they were heroes, blah blah blah, like they will be missed. And then you hear freaking the voices like, woohoo, and Darcy's like, fuck's sake. So funny. So they are alive, of course, because they both took in, like it would have like zoofed one of them, but since they both did it, they are alive because they can regenerate. So they're alive. It's a good time. So they managed to save the world. They managed to feel like they matter, and he saved the world, so he's a hero. They both resolved their little conflict they had going on, which is cute. And then it ends with them both like chilling at Wade's flat with like all his like group of friends and stuff. They weirdly managed to get all those freaking Electrum, fucking Jennifer Garner and whoever else out of the void and into Wade's apartment. Okay, so that was cute. Oh yeah, and also just because it's freaking disgusting and weird, evil Charles Xavier's sister, like when she came through the portal and got to Mr. Darcy, she like put her freaking hand in his face and was like moving around his eyeball, so his face was like, oh no. If you watch the movie, or if you have seen it, or if you're going to see it, it's freaking terrifying. I never want to watch again. It's horrible. Horrible. And then the end credit scene, because of course y'all have to stay for that. If you don't, you are not a true fan. Just saying. But it was funny though, because Deadpool was like, oh, these are for all you people who think that like I sold out Chris Evans and got him killed. And then we like cut to the scene where they're in the like desert crate thing again, and Chris Evans all like, she is a motherfucking blah, 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 blah. Literally so much swearing, because obviously it's funny because Captain America is always like language when anyone swears in Avengers, and then you have freaking Johnny Stone and he, like that character, and he's just like freaking swearing left, right, and center, like blah, 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 blah. Funny. So that was good. So yeah, oh my gosh, stop yawning. Apologies. So yeah, this story, I'm like, I think it hadn't, like, it was like a good idea. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like, I think this plot line was fine. Like, it made sense. And obviously the multiverse thing works because you can literally bring anyone back. Like, you can go to gazillion different like universes and just like have people or see people. So it does work out, I guess. But then also at the same time, it's like, well, it doesn't really matter who, like, if anyone dies, because then you could just go and get another one or see them in a different timeline. So it kind of takes away like the impact of anyone dying, or like the stakes, because you can just like, oh, well, we went to the TVA and then, oh, here they are again. So yeah. Interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna get into a couple of things I didn't like now. So like I said before about the action scenes, if you didn't guess, there were too freaking many. Too freaking many. Like the whole film had this loose storyline where you genuinely knew like what was going on. Me like exposing myself as wearing pajamas and not in this elegant outfit, my bad. But anyway, yeah, I'm like, you have the whole storyline of what's happening, and then every freaking 5 minutes there's an action scene, like someone is fighting and it goes on. It's like this most drawn out action scenes for ages, and I'm like, oh my god, no one freaking cares. Like, it just takes away, like the excitement or entertainment of the action scenes, because first when you see it, you're like, oh, this is interesting. Then when you see it through the whole freaking film, it's like, oh my god, so boring. So there was the one at the start, which was funny. Then like Logan and Deadpool are always freaking fighting all the time. It's like, oh my god, why? Like, don't care at all. And then there was the fighting scene with freaking Jennifer Garner and Channing Tatum and all that when they went to Charles Xavier's sister's place. And that went on for freaking ages, and I'm like, I literally don't care about these people, so can we just freaking cut to the point? So, and there was just loads of fighting for no reason, and it was all action, which, like, no, oh my god, like, have a freaking actual story with, like, emotion, not just, like, shoved in action sequences, like, everywhere. And literally, it was so monotonous, so yeah, I was not a fan of that. And also, like, linked in with that, because there was so much action sequences, there, like, wasn't any emotion or, like, emotional moments, apart from, like, kind of the one at the end. Like, that's the only time where I felt, like, emotion and, like, something for the characters. It was at the end of film when they were, like, holding hands. Like, that was cute, but there was, like, no emotion, like, between them. Like, they meet each other, and, like, because they're, like, established characters, like, you know who Deadpool is, you know who Logan is, but they've just met each other, so, like, why should they care about each other? It would, like, why do they? Because they hated each other this whole film. Like, I know they had, like, a kind of bromance thing going on, which is fine, but they didn't really have any deep moments where they actually talked and, like, became friends. It was just like, oh, this is Wolverine and this is Deadpool, and it, like, we're just gonna be funny, and that's it. But, like, why am I supposed to care about your friendship when you've not even freaking got one? It's like, why are Logan and Wade friends? Because I didn't see no friendship moments there, really. Like, no emotional ones anyway that, like, really matter. And I'm like, where was the vulnerability? Like, that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, where was the, like, they were just always fighting. I'm like, oh my god, just freaking have some emotion. I think there was a little bit from Logan, or he was, like, having a go at Deadpool about, like, him not mattering and whatever, which obviously hit home for Deadpool. But, like, honestly, I'm just like, it was too much, like, on the go, boom, boom, boom. Like, it needs to be, like, scene, then recover, and have, like, then a scene, then recover. And, you know, so they need to have some, like, personal time, not just, like, being on the screen together, so we're supposed to, like, see that they're friends, you know? I feel like there needs to be a balance between the humor and the emotion. Like, the humor is hilarious, but, like, also there's, like, times when it's like, oh, maybe, like, don't have so much humor and actually maybe have a bit of real emotion in there so people can, like, get attached and, like, relate to the characters, you know? So yeah. And also another thing I didn't like, we're having quite a list here, the desert conditions. I freaking hate deserts. Like, why do I not look at a mass expanse of sand? Like, can you, like, is the, like, people or, like, the designers, like, can they not come up with anything else? Like, I know it's supposed to be, like, a void, so it's, like, trash and it's, like, barren or whatever, but, like, oh my lord. But then they ended up in a freaking field which looked like the middle of the countryside in, like, Scotland or England for, like, 5 minutes, and then they're back in the freaking desert. So, oh, I don't even know, but I was like, oh, I hate deserts. And then I hate all the desert, like, vehicles and freaking cages. Like, oh my god. Not a fan. Deserts are freaking boring. No one wants to look at them. The only good thing about the architecture was that, like, Paul Rudd's, like, Ant-Man suit, who obviously is supposed to have died when he was, like, gigantic, so they, like, live inside his, like, dead body. And there's that joke, obviously, from the trailer, like, oh, Paul Rudd finally aged since that man literally looks the exact same. I wonder if he's a vampire. Let me know, Paul. Let me know. Oh, and then, like I said, again, this freaking just stupid introduction of characters we don't care about, you know? I just, like, what is the point? Why are we introduced to people? Like, I liked Nicepool. I saw the point in him. Like, that was funny. But, like, freaking Channing Tatum, Jennifer Garner, and these random people, why are we getting introduced to you just for you to have a fight for, like, 5 minutes? Like, maybe they just want a cameo or whatever, but, like, I don't care about you at all. So yeah, pointless, but the Chris Evans one was good. Like, he's the only one who can be in there. We love him. He's iconic. So yeah, but, like, it was a funny movie though. Like, I was laughing. Like, it was, like, funny. Like, you know, it's just, like, what you expect from, like, Deadpool and that. But, and I also love Hugh Jackman. I haven't seen him in anything since The Great Showman. So, I love him. Glad he got to come back and play the role. And then there was this so cute, like, little ending, like, before the ending credit scene, like, when they were rolling the credits, and they, like, had, like, behind the scenes footage of when, like, Hugh Jackman was on, like, Wolverine, and he looked so young. Like, oh my god, he's a little baby. So yeah, it was just very sweet. And then there was, like, a little flashback to, like, Jennifer Garner being, like, an Electrum person, and I was like, she must have been in something as that Elektra person. I don't know, but I didn't know who that was, so it didn't make any difference to me. But yeah, it was funny. I would watch it again. It was a good laugh. And honestly, it's probably the only thing I've watched of Marvel, like a film, in recent years. Like I have not watched, I think they came out with like a load of women's superhero films like by themselves, and I just don't care about that. Like who wants that? No one, because probably all the characters are flat and boring. It's like, oh no. So not a fan of that. They just need to come out with like something good. I want Shanghai and the Rings or whatever it's called 2. I like that movie. That was good. But yeah, honestly, this one is probably, yeah, the best thing that's come from them in a long time. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the film anyway. Let me know if you guys thought anything was annoying or something you liked. Yeah, just let me know. And also, yeah, please comment. I really like interacting with you guys in the comments. So if you have any thoughts or you just want to comment, just like comment something, comment a little bumblebee, you know, comment something, because I just like seeing your guys' comments, so it's cute. And also, while we're on the topic, have y'all subscribed? Please do. That would mean a lot to me, because like it's hard. Like obviously I make these videos for fun, like I enjoy talking about them, but it's also like you want to feel like people are actually watching them and like enjoying them, you know? So yes, please subscribe if you haven't already. That would be fabulous. I think that's all I had to say on that, but yeah, let me know if you guys saw it, and I hope you enjoyed like having a little discussion or listening to me just talk about this video film for a while. Like it's just like chatting, you know? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, I've got cramps.